Do it. You know you want to. Touch Thor's muscles. That is what they're for. Well, that and completely owning the Marvel Universe right now. However, that just goes to show how well-rounded they truly are. That's right, when it comes to brawn, power, and all definition, none can match the power of the almighty pirate angel. At least, almost none. There are a few who would dare challenge the awesomeness of the god of thunder, lightning, and Australian accents. However, while Thor Odinson's Chitauri-like metal fibers forearms might be some of the most epic this side of nowhere, they still have a few reps to go before they can reign supreme in the cosmos. Now, this Asgardian prince may literally be heralded as a god, but we've compiled a few other deities presiding out there who could put him in his place should the Chitauri hit the fan. Before we start, make sure you follow us by clicking on that like button below the video to get more sweet content from Animated Times. And I'm Andrew Caravella. Find me on social handle On Air Andrew. Alright guys, let's go. At number 8, Hela. This one is a no-brainer. I mean, did you guys see the way Hela crushed the almighty Mjolnir as if it were some styrofoam movie prop in Thor Ragnarok? Obviously, Thor's older, wiser, more demonic sister, at least in the MCU, has a thing or two to teach him about power. Don't let her form-fitting leather getup fool you either. The goddess of death is packing some serious heat. After all, you do not get to be the ruler of hell and all of the deceased without some serious antlered chops. While she possesses all the same powers of your normal everyday Asgardian god on Odin-esque steroids, she also has a few far more impressive tricks up her sleeves that send her soaring well beyond the capabilities of Thor and his incredibly good hair. When worn, her cloak boosts her strength exponentially. She has the ability to create illusions and devastatingly life-ending mystical energy bolts. Also, most powerful of all, Hela can snuff out someone with just a single touch of her bare hand, and ability gifted to her by none other than Death herself. She is also an amazing fighter to boot. Just ask Thor's eyeball, or the entire Asgardian army. Oh, wait. Number 7, Hercules. You don't get played by Arnold Schwarzenegger in a campy 1970s B-movie and get an entire constellation of stars named after you if you're not one of the most powerful beings in existence. The son of Zeus, Hercules is one Greek god not to be trifled with, though technically he's a demigod if you want to get mythologically nerdy about it. Anyways, if any buys could outsize those of Thor, then it's the Herculators. He might not be able to shoot lightning bolts from the sky or have the advantage of a magically imbued hammer, but Herc's brute strength is off the charts and climbing. He once towed the entire city of Manhattan, held up the planet so Atlas could take a breather, and tossed Godzilla around like a nude. Luckily, he's a member of the Avengers and more likely to fight alongside Thor than against him. However, that doesn't mean the two gods don't have a long history of one-upmanship. There is a long-running debate over who is actually the stronger of the two between themselves and fans alike. However, put them against one another in an arm wrestling contest, and our money's on the one that looks like Arnold. Number 6, Adam. We're not really sure what Adam is, except that he is as powerful as he is as monstrously ugly. But pretty much all you need to know about this beast is that his moniker is God Eater. He's son of Mother Nature herself and the physical embodiment of the Earth's biosphere. What does that mean? Well, it means that if you're a god, you better run. Adam has a resume longer than Thor's hair of wiping the galaxy clean of deities. It's pretty much his sole purpose in life. Now, on one particularly terrifying occasion, he slayed all of the Elder Gods by sucking their powers for himself, converting their bodies into energy and absorbing them through orifices on the palms of his hand. Worse still, he's the reason why the dinosaurs went extinct. Yeah, kinda bad, I know. To say the least, Adam outpowers Thor in almost every way, especially when you consider the beast can manipulate energy on par with Zeus and Odin. Thanks to his constant feeding sprees, going up against Adam is like fighting a litany of gods all at once. Thor's good, but he's not palm orifice good. Number 5, Dormammu. That's right, the Dark Dimension Overlord who has trouble telling time is one of the most powerful beings to ever grace the page or screen. Given what we saw in the MCU's Doctor Strange, the fact Dormy can consume an entire universe kind of makes Mjolnir a moot point. To make things worse for Thor, the Black Baron is even more powerful in the comics. He is essentially the Dark Dimension's version of the Sorcerer Supreme and only just dwarfs anything Doctor Strange can pull out of his hat. For his part, Strange counts Dormammu as his most dangerous enemy enemy, declaring that at full strength no one can defeat him, not even chiseled Viking gods. All of this gives little reason to believe Thor would even be anywhere close to a match against the Stark Lord. Even on a bad day, he is a skilled necromancer who has the ability to possess whoever he desires. This means that he can take control of Thor at any moment and have Thor fight Thor, all the while Dormammu sits back and does whatever it is a fiery-headed mystical energy being does on his downtime. We're guessing checkers by this point. Yeah, it's definitely probably checkers. Number 4, Odin. It is telling that after eons of facing the worst that the universe had to offer, Odin only passed away when he decided he was good and ready for vague and nonsensical reasons. Or at least that's how it went down in the MCU. Now in the comics, Odin is still passing down judgments and taking names like a celestial boss. He did beget Thor, after all, from his loins, and endowed the god of thunder with his trusty hammer. In other words, without Odin, there would be no Thor. In fact, Odin is basically Thor and all the other Asgardians rolled into one, minus the eyeball, plus wiser and more experienced. As the default king of Asgard, Odin is easily the most powerful of his realm. You don't get to the top for being a wimp. Thrown in the Odin force for good measure, the tremendous magical energy the All-Father draws his power from, and he can easily destroy a galaxy with a mere passing thought. In the Marvel Universe, Odin is basically the Superman of Asgardians. Whatever you can do, he can do better. Take our word for it, they don't call it the Thor force for a reason. Number 3, Zeus. Now, Zeus Panhellenios, I bet you didn't know Zeus had a last name. Anyways, is pretty much what you would expect from the head of the Olympian gods. Take away the Odin force and he probably outclasses even the Asgardian All-Father in power. Thanos, who knows a little bit about power himself, placed the Greek Sky Father at the same level as Galactus, who coincidentally enough Zeus has beaten. He might not be as well known as a Marvel character, but rest assured, few are as equal, and certainly not Thor. Super strength, super speed, and super durability make up all of the requisites of being a super god. However, what really sets Zeus apart is his ability to call upon the powers of other Greek gods to power himself and then kick things up a notch by using the power of the universe. You know, just because. MCU Thor might recently have tapped into playing with electricity, but when it comes to yielding lightning, he's no match for the OG. If Odin can mop the floor with Thor, and if his son Hercules can hold his own, then there is no reason to think that Zeus would not do the same. What's more, he might even have better hair too. Ouch! Number 2, Galactus. Now, Galactus is a god unlike any other. For one, he's not even actually a god. However, he might as well be for our purposes because there is really nothing else like him in the universe or any other. His powers are immeasurable beyond compare, matched only by his size. Though some might have the likes of Zeus and Odin on the same level, even they have proven unable to take down the giant on their own. It is kind of hard to compete with a guy who devours planets as his profession and possesses the power of the power cosmic, or as a newly Christianed life-bringer, has the ability to create and resurrect life itself. That sounds pretty godly to us. When Galactus has his sights set on something, it takes an entire brigade of the universe's strongest beings to stop him. Not end him, mind you. Merely advert his attention so he doesn't eat your entire planet. It's stuff like this that has led to the Nova Corps to designate all things Galactus as a universal threat. When you are the oldest living thing in the universe, you are not impressed by a whole lot, Thor's muscles included. And finally, one above all. Everyone else on this list is a god in the Marvel Universe. However, the one above all is God of the Marvel Universe, second perhaps only to Stan Lee. This is why when it comes to power, the discussion begins and ends here. Take everyone else on the list, mash them up into a ball, and then place that ball into a pinball machine, and the one above all is the guy who created the guy or girl who's gotten the highest score. Known also as Jack the Bartender, the one above all quite literally created everything you see in Marvel. He probably created you, so it only follows that he can just as easily destroy everything too. Of course, luckily for all of us, the one above all does not interfere with the comings and goings of the multiverse. He might make a rare appearance here and there to comfort a lost soul or make sure comic sales don't fall, but for the most part, he is off in whatever realm divine beings hang out in, sipping margaritas and watching the 10th season of Seinfeld. He is omnipotent, he is omnipresent, he is omniscient. Other than that, we really don't know that much about him. However, we're pretty sure that when Thor goes to bed at night, he prays to the likes of the one above all. Can you think of any other god stronger than Thor? Let us know in the comments below. If you haven't already liked our page, like and share our video. If you like what you saw, you can always check out more awesome content on our page. I'm Andrew Caravella. You can follow me on social media, handle OnAirAndrew. And as always, thanks for watching.